What is going on, everyone? This is General Pub Stomper here, and today I got for you guys a very special gameplay. It's my highest kills. To date, it is 158 to 3 using the Scar H on the map Turbine using the killstreak loadout Escort, Lodestar, and Swarm. Best killstreak loadout for this map is this class setup here. This was a 200 plus fail. You guys are probably asking why, how, what, and basically, it was a 200 plus fail because, one, my Lodestars went in the air and they were gone instantly. Like, I got maybe like 8 to 10 kills out of my Lodestars and they were gone. So, in other words, Lodestars on this map, I've counted and averaged, usually get you in between 20 and 25 kills if they stay up the entire time. So, if they would have got me those extra 10 to 15 kills, this would have been 180 at least. So, but it's all good. This is still a very nice scoreline. You know, I'm not really familiar with the Scar in this game, but I do like it though because the damage is very high. And since I've used the Scar a lot in other Call of Duties, I'm used to the recoil. So the escort drones, if they would have stayed in the game or stayed in the air the whole time, then they would have gotten me 5 to 6 extra kills because I was in a party of like 5 or 6 in this game, which is the most I've ever played with in this game. And, I don't like playing in parties. I really don't. Because playing in a party just gets my mindset offline. Because back in Modern Warfare 3, if I ever played in a full party, I was the biggest. Like, you did not want to play with me because if you screwed something up, I would rage at you. And that's what my mindset is for a full party. If they play with me, they should know what to do. Even though it's a new game. I know it sounds kind of bad, but yeah, I just don't like it. So I played solo today, and got another two. See, look, there's like 2 or 3 people using stingers. I got another 200 plus fail. Unfortunately, it was a meltdown with PDW, and all I gotta say is I got 153 kills with 7 deaths, and my swarm killed me one off dogs twice. That's all I gotta say. So if the swarm didn't kill me, it would have been it. But it's whatever. Actually, I was on the B flag, capping the flag to get the last, to get my dogs and swarm. And what do you know? Who comes down and kills me? Boom, a swarm. I'm just like, wow, this game hates me. But like a friend of mine said the other day, if it's meant to be, it'll come. If it's meant to be, I'll get it. So, and I'm averaging. I'm getting better score lines on average now. So it's maybe the time is coming. Maybe it's building up and maybe it's anticipating me. But I looked back at that game and was like, wow, And this game even could have been one. And I think like the maps I'm trying to play most now are Turbine and Meltdown. Because I know I can get it on these 2 maps. If I can get 4 sets of streaks and my Lodestars don't get shot down on this map, I know I can get it. And not a lot of people are using Cold Blooded or Blind Eye. I know I can get it. Meltdown, if I can get in the spawn, get at least 5 sets of streaks of Orbital, Dogs, and Swarm, I know I can get it. So, like in that game, I got 4. So, that really would have been like 6. So, really, it's all going to come in like little shelves. I'm going to get the 160s, then I'm going to get the 170s, then the 80s, and the 90s, and maybe the 200. Or maybe the 200 will come first. But, it would have been it. And I would be bringing you guys a 200 plus now, not a 158. But it's also with a different gun, this game. Like I promised you guys, in a different map than I normally play on. So, overall, it's a pretty good game. And on this map, guys, if you're playing in any sort of party, or even if you're playing solo, and what just killed me there, guys? A swarm. Or, no, not a swarm. A hunter killer drone, maybe? But on this map, you guys really just want to keep them in C. Because C is where your kill streaks are going to go in. They're just going to keep spawning on C. You can be like in the spawn, kind of maneuvering back and forth. And they'll still spawn C. If you're on the C flag by yourself, and there's people up here on this hill where I'm at right now, they won't spawn on the hill, and they'll only spawn behind that rock, and you'll get tons and tons of capture kills. So it's very good. I actually got about, I think it was 80 some kills this round, 70 some kills, 81 kills this round, and the Meltdown game got 70 some kills first round. So, but I did die one off of VSAT that game. that round. So it would have been a 100 kill round, which would have probably helped me more. But anyway, guys, I'll talk about that gameplay in the next video. This video, besides talking about Turbine, which this, honestly, guys, my favorite map is Turbine and Meltdown, because I love maps that my streaks can just go in. Raid, if I use Lodestar and Raid, I get maybe 15 kills if they don't shoot it down, because what tends to happen is when I call on a Lodestar, my team caps C and they all spawn A, and when they're spawning A, those trees, man, those trees, I cannot stand those trees. And then right there, the target finder LMG kid, sweating his little heart out. But yeah, so I don't recommend playing in a party in this game. That's just my personal opinion, because I mean, it's just I don't like it. I really don't like it. I just get mad when I play in a party of more than like 3 or 4, because there's randoms, and I obviously can't trust randoms. I have the mindset where I can't trust anyone when I play with 3 or 4 people. But when I play with more than 5, oh man, you don't want to play with me. So, yeah, enough about parties. Now the next thing, kill streaks. What are my favorite kill streaks to run in this game? And that's something I want to talk about for the rest of this video. The last like 5 minutes of this video, or 3-4 minutes, is kill streaks. What kill streaks do best on what maps? Turbine. These streaks right here do the best on Turbine. Like if I use dogs on Turbine, what will happen is my dogs will go into C, it'll flip them to A, then it'll take half a minute to get them over to A, and then it'll flip again and take another half a minute to get over to C. So my mindset is dogs aren't that good on this map. Swarm, everything's outside. If you're sitting in this building, they only spawn outside, which means your swarm will get you tons of kills if they're not running blind eye. Now right here, I was one off an escort drone, and I was like, okay, well, there's a kid out there waiting for me, so I have to play it smart, because this game, one kid can ruin everything, which you'll see in my Meltdown game. One kid can ruin everything. But this game, there was a kid lagging with an FAL. I think this was the game that happened, and it was not that fun. So, yeah. Anyway, so score streaks. Meltdown. Let's talk about a few different maps. Meltdown has a few buildings, so dogs, and it's fairly small, so dogs really do help you out, and so does Orbital VSAT. I've come to the mindset where I love escort drone. I really do. And I'll use escort drone on drone, turbine, and if I'm playing in a party and I know they're running VSAT, then I'll use it. But VSAT saved me so much in my previous Meltdown game that I just had tonight. Saved me so much. So I'm gonna continue to run VSAT for a while. Unless I'm in a party, like I said, then I might run Lodestar Dog Swarm. With that, I feel like I play more passive when I use that class setup. So I don't want to go for it. And I feel like I can rush around more as well. So my mindset is not to use that setup at all. So I don't know. That's just my opinion. And I don't know if I go nuclear this game. I might go nuclear, or I die coming up here on like a 20. But yeah, there's I think I just got relentless, so that's like 20, I think, or 25, something like that. And Meltdown, or let's talk about Yemen. It's a very controversial map in my opinion. You can run Lodestar, you can run dogs. They get you the same amount of kills, pretty much. Lodestar and dogs get you the same amount of kills. That's just my opinion, though. And you look at maps like Aftermath. Aftermath is pretty much open, but there's that one big building. So I recommend running dogs on that. Any map that has a huge building with a spawn point in it, run dogs. It will help you out in the long run. Trust me. So, just my tip right there. Any map with a building, run dogs. I understand that this map also has a building, but it's just so big. It's like what map can I compare this to from previous CODs? A village. Village is very open. which is super open. And I love that map. I really do. It's one of my favorite maps because my favorite maps in Call of Duties are the maps that kill streaks can go in on. Maps that if my kill streaks can destroy people on. So that's just my opinion. That's the favorite maps that I like to play on. Those are some kill streaks or score streaks you can run on those type of maps. And I'll explain more when I play those different maps, such as like Aftermath. If I find a better class setup or score streak setup, I'll tell you about those. But anyway, guys, those are my favorite score streaks for those maps, and they're